More nightmares. I was drowning. I don't know if it was the sea or a river or what, but I was drowning. My lungs were on fire. And no matter how hard I kicked, no matter how hard I tried to swim up, I couldn't do anything. I can swim. I'm not a bad swimmer, but I couldn't do anything to stop it. And it went dark, and it's not dark like dying, losing consciousness, dark like I was too deep. Dark, there was too much water above me that I couldn't get through anymore. And I felt these claws in my shoulders suddenly just pulling me up, pulling me out of the water. And there was this huge black bird pulling me up out of the water. And it took me somewhere. Side of a cliff. I started tearing and ripping and clawing at me, pulling me apart. And I tried to scream, but all that would happen was water would come out. Just coughing water up out of my lungs. But as it pulled away, pulling off chunks of my flesh and my skin, there were feathers underneath. Black feathers. And it pulled away all of my skin, and under my skin there was another big black bird. Dawn and the other. They're not finished. They're not done. They're coming back. They are coming back. I know it. I can feel it. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're not poking their head in now, but they are coming back. That's another part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, what I said about wanting to make up for everything I've done, for wanting to make it right, that's true. I mean it. But if they came back right now, I wouldn't be ready. When she was in my head, I was stronger, a lot stronger. I was smarter, I was faster. I understood things, I knew things, I knew how to make things that I have no idea about now. And I'm glad she's gone. Don't misunderstand me. I'm glad she is gone. But with her gone, that's all left. It's not there anymore. I need to be better. And I need to practice to do that. And you are great. You're all great. You're wonderful. You've done amazing work. You have done incredible work. In rituals, I couldn't come close to you. But you need to be better too. We all need this. We all need this work. We all need to try and fight these things to get good enough for when they come back. So I decided to do a little poking around at stuff. And I found this, first of all, a marked rise in gangland violence. Nothing too unusual for North Dublin, but yeah. And linking on from that is Rory McCafferty, one of his lieutenants, found dead. She was in talks with the Gardaí. She was supposed to be giving evidence against McCafferty's organisation. Actually, legally linking him to things instead of it just being one of those things where everyone knows. Funny thing about it, though, we know this was McCafferty. It was obviously McCafferty, but the funny thing was her right arm was severed partway up the forearm. Police report says this was done after she died. So I need help here again. I need you all to look at the Compendium Moderna. I'm putting links into the description to that for anyone who doesn't have the link already. I need you to look at the compendium. Is there anything in there that needs a hand? Anyway, I think I'm going to try and sleep again. Good night.
Good evening. You are listening to The Switchboard, connecting all points in mankind's voyage into the unknown. I am the host, and it is 14 years since the beginning of the end. This is the Nightly Report. An occultist has been called in to aid police investigations in New Rochelle, New York. According to sources, several decapitated animals have been found in the Westchester area. Animals were found wrapped in 3 layers of red, black and white cloth, along with various occult symbols. At present, there are no further leads. The tall, faceless entity reported on this broadcast before has been spotted again, this time in the disputed territory of the Crimea. We thank an anonymous source for this information and would like to remind our listeners not to research this entity for their own safety. A Venezuelan man has woken up during his own autopsy. Doctors are still uncertain as to what precisely happened, as all of Mr. Cameo's vital signs had proven he was deceased. A village in the Congo has been entirely deserted with no sign of the inhabitants. There are no signs of a struggle, and our informant, an individual calling themselves Spider Story, describe Excuse me. He describes the abandoned village as being like the Marie Celeste, in that all possessions and food were merely left, including unfinished meals. If you have information to share with allies across the world, if you have seen something the world should be warned of, then please don't hesitate to email us at thehostswitchboard, or one word, at gmail.com. This is the host, reminding you to never go at night, never go alone, and always go armed.